Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Amanda with Life in DIY with Amanda. I'm so excited that you're here. I have some Halloween DIY. This one took me over a span of 2 days to do this. Uh, the coffin sign is from the Dollar Tree. Um, I picked it up last year. I was intending on making this, but I didn't get around to it. I have seen many people use these coffin signs to make like actual coffin shaped things. So many different styles of the way that they did it. But this is my take on it. So I wanted to use whatever I had on hand. And so in this particular case, it is cardboard. So I just laid down I was able to find a piece the perfect size, and I laid it down and I just made slits in the end so that I could wrap up the corner, and then I used hot glue to secure the edges together. Now, as you're looking at it, you can definitely see that there is not it's not all the same height, but we're gonna fix that problem. Um, so I just, I keep I was looking to see what one side said over the other. I was thinking at some point I might have been able to pull the sign out and use it to make another one, but I just ended up using it as, a very secure bottom to my little coffin here. So I'm just going to go around and I'm going to put slits in the cardboard so that it's easier to fold up because I tried folding it up all in one piece and it was real difficult and I wasn't getting the smooth kind of figure that I wanted to get out of it. So I figured out that making slits and then gluing those pieces together is what worked really well for me. Um, so I'm just going to do the same thing on the end here where I cut that flap and then I'm going to glue that together. And so this took a long time, basically me just figuring it out. I mean, I could have measured it and everything, but I was really trying to get it to be like one cohesive piece, pretty much. So, anyways, that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm just going to keep going around and gluing where I can. And then, of course, um, I'm going to use duct tape. My favorite friend, the crafter's friend, duct tape, real shortly here. So I'm just going around, just trying to make sure that it's all going to stay up. Um, so in the other videos that I have seen, I've seen people use those long, skinny wooden signs that have like the cutouts on the top. So for fall and Halloween, they have the pumpkin cut out the top, and then they have um, one that has, Christmas stuff. They reproduce them for every holiday, and they used to just have the signs, but now they're just the clear ones. So I've seen people actually measure the distance, use a razor blade to slit it, and then it's a nice uniform fit all the way around. But I was going for more old, you know, um, worn, definitely old, worn, looked like it had been dug out of a crypt, pulled out of a crypt, whatever. I want it to be, you know, uh, I was going for old, so that's what we're doing here. So I just took some more slips of cardboard there, and I fit them on the inside to help bring those pieces together that I had slit. Um, be more solid right there. I'm really sorry about the view, guys. Like, this has been my problem since I started. I don't know really how to get the best aerial shot when I'm doing something that's big, something that takes up a lot of space. I know I've watched a lot of other creators um, have the camera behind them and then they shoot up against a wall, but I don't have that in my house. This literally is my kitchen table. So, and my house is small. So this is what I got. So I hope that what I'm doing makes sense. That's why I will happily explain it to you. So I off camera I finished with the duct tape and I used a whole lot more. Again, sorry about the shot. I didn't realize that you were going to be able to see my Walgreens receipts in this shot, but here we are. So I'm going to use some Mod Podge, and this is, you know, the paper that you get at Home Goods or Marshalls or wherever when you buy something that's breakable. This is that. So again, using garbage, I'll do anything to keep something from going out of the garbage. One of my most popular videos, which I'll link at the end of this video, was all about recycled jars, making them look like pumpkins. Like, I think I got 16,000 views on that video alone. Um, so 2 years ago, and I was so excited when that happened. So I know that people like to recycle whatever they can and make it into something really cool. So I'm just going to go all around with this paper and the Mod Podge, and kind of like paper mache, you know. Mod Podge seems to be my theme when it comes to Halloween. It really does help make a project look more realistic because it gives texture. So yeah, so uh, I go ahead and I do the rest of this coffin all wrapped in paper, and I did like the wrinkles. So that was another thing. Like, you know, if that's gonna bother you, you're gonna need a lot more effort and time to get the wrinkles out. But as I was gluing it down and realized how much I liked the wrinkles because it was giving me that textured aged look, and I just love it. So I'm just going to take piece by piece here at this point, and I did. I went all the way around my coffin here. I didn't want to leave the back unfinished. I think that it needed to be 100% finished on both sides because, you know, as I display it, as you'll see at the end what it looks like finished. You know, I can leave it up or I can flip it over and just have like a coffin top. Um, and I could spray like a polyacrylic on it and make it so that it's waterproof. So, yeah. So after I finished with all the paper, I took it outside and I sprayed it the inside of it with my favorite like antique gold. I definitely wanted it to have a different look on the inside, one that looks like, you know, that satiny cloth that goes on the inside of a casket. Um, so that's why I did that. And then I'm going to come around and I'm just using the chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, those little bottles. And I am going to go all the way around the outside of my coffin here and um, cover up that, I don't know, tan beige colored paper. So yeah, I think I was trying to get in all the cracks and crevices. So as you could see here, you could see the gold color gives it a little extra on there. So then I took a sanding sponge and I just kind of smoothed it out a bit. Again, I'm not going for that because it looks really shiny. So I'm not going for that really shiny look. I wanted more of a worn aged look. And then as I was doing it, I was like, yes, I love the way that this looks. It's giving it another element of texture. And then anywhere that any of the paper didn't quite stick down, I'm just taking my hot glue gun and I'm going to go ahead and just put the paper down. So you'll see me, you know, with my glue gun going around and everything. And that is my dog barking in the background. She gets way excited when she thinks someone is out the door. She is a little pug, but she is of a vicious guard dog. She will definitely let you know if anybody is here. So here again, I am just gluing down some edges of anything that was sticking up. So now that I have it all sanded, I'm going to go ahead and take this brown color. I don't remember what it is. It's just acrylic paint. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Um, so I'm just going to go and I'm dry brushing over the top of the black. So if you don't know what dry brushing is, it's you put a little bit of paint on your brush, but then I use the center of my little paint palette to kind of dab off excess. So that way it's not a real solid, it's not a solid coat. You just want it to lightly go over So I was wanting to go over like the raised edges, the wrinkles that I left in the paper, just to give it, again, another element of dimension. If you've been around for any amount of time with me, you know that dimension is my thing. I love layers and layers and layers of dimension. That's why this took a little longer than I thought it was going to take, but I am so excited how it turned out. I hope you guys are liking this as much as I do. Make sure that you comment on this video down below if you were thinking about making something like this for yourself, what you think of the one that I'm making. Share with your friends, like the video. I had taken a year hiatus off from making videos, so this is my, um, I know that I have to work my way back up to where I was before, and I'm just thankful that if you're hearing this right now, that you're sticking around and dealing with the bad photo shots and me rambling on and all that good stuff. But I promise it's worth it because this project is so cute. So now I'm dry again. So we're doing dry brushing, and I'm using my little squatty brush. I forgot what they're technically called, but I call it my squatty brush. But I'm just dry brushing black over the gold. That way I can make the inside look more age as well. And I just kind of went a little deeper with the black in the crevices. And then I thought I had hit record, but apparently I did not. But I went in with white. And so where the white touched the black, it turned it gray. And where it was just already dry, it was just a little bit of white. Again, another layer of texture and color. This one reminds me of the one in the Haunted Mansion, the crypt with no name. Um, So this is a little skelly friend here. He came from the Dollar Tree as well. They have these every year. So I'm just going to cut the tag off, and I'm going to cut the little loop off that you would use to hang him. So what I like about him is he's actually like every joint moves. I think it's really cute. And he comes in that like fake white bony color that they make all these skeletons in. So I did take him outside and spray paint him white. And now I'm going to take my very old bottle of antique wax from Waverly, and I am going to dry brush him as well, just to kind of give him a little bit more dimension, because, you know, he's old, he's been in there a while. His bones are not white and crispy, so we're going to give him a little bit of dimension as well. And I'm just going to go over his all front and back, even under the feet. Give him a little tickle tickle on the feet, and we just keep going from there. Now let me ask you, what color would you have painted your skeleton? Would you have left him the bone color that the Dollar Tree makes them? Would you have left him just white? Maybe you could have painted him black. I thought about doing gold. I thought that would be really cute, but um, since I painted the inside of my coffin gold, it wouldn't have worked. So I did white for him, and then of course, like I said, I dry brushed um, the antique wax on him to give him little some aging. So we're still just gonna continue dry brushing him. Some places I went heavier than others because you know the aging process does not happen evenly um, all over the place. Shoot, not in my body with flesh and not on body with bones. So I wanted to use a little grain because I'm thinking like, you know, he's been in there a while. He's got a gold laid inside. He's got some patina on him. You know when you see those really cool like um, brass like anything like a vase, a trinket holder, you know, whatever. Like when they age, they have that beautiful green patina. So that's why I thought I'd add some green to him. And then, of course, I didn't want it to look cartoony green, so I threw in a little black to go with it. And as you can see, my little palette has like black, brown, and the green. So I just kind of mixed all those colors together to um, add another element of fun to our little skeleton man here. We're going to call him Skelly. Skelly the skeleton. Okay, so now another thing I wanted to do was add some cool, I cool layers of fun into this coffin. I just didn't want to throw a skeleton in the coffin and call it good. I mean, I spent hours and hours and hours making the coffin to begin with, so I thought I'm going to throw some moss. So now this is reindeer moss, which I love. I love the green reindeer moss. This reminds me very like cottage core, um, dark, dark cottage core, which is the style of my house now. Um, where it's got the dark, spooky, base, but then it's got a little bit of the botanical mix into it. It's like a combination of Gothic met boho. That's what it reminds me of. So, um, I'm just throwing it in the green. If you wanted to keep it more on the aged side, you could definitely use Spanish moss, which is that brown moss that's just like this. But this is like beautiful reindeer moss. It is spongy, it is gorgeous, it has beautiful color. And I just put some hot glue down, used my handy dandy paintbrush, and pushed it down. So I went all along and just, a few areas here and there. I didn't want to get too carried away because let me tell you, the thought crossed my mind to almost um, line the whole bottom of this coffin with the moss, which would be so cute. Oh my gosh, you could have had a little couple mushrooms growing out of it. That would have been cute. And then of course when I was making this, that song, If I Die Young, Lay Me Down in a Bed of Roses, like that thought crossed my mind too. And actually on the side of this project, I have like those foam roses from the Dollar Tree that I was going to put down in there, and I just didn't do it because it wasn't gonna go. I would have had to paint the foam, but that's another idea for you too. If you got a good sense of humor, lay me down in a bed of roses. Use any kind of rose petal, real or fake. I think that would have been super cute. So I did wanted to have the one line through the middle. So, because I'm just imagining that this is, because it's an open coffin. Um, Skelly lost his top a long time ago, so this is things around him are growing into his space, and so I just thought I'd add a little bit of um, some life with the death, if that makes sense. So then I got these snakes. I'm not sure if these are from the Dollar Tree. They are from my stash, but I do want to say that the Dollar Tree carries them. But I want to say I got these on Amazon, and I want to say that because I have another project that I want to work on, and it is if you've seen them and you know what dark cottage core is, people take old vintage mirrors and then put moss all around them and then snakes through them, and oh, so awesome. So I have the perfect mirror for it. I, of course, haven't done it yet. But so when I first glued it on, I thought I was going to really like the red, just as like a pop of color. But then I wasn't feeling the red, so I decided to paint um, Snaky here. He is now going to be purple, which it gives him more of that, um, Halloweeny purple. The mix of the gold, the black, the purple, the green. I just think that the the I can talk, guys. That the purple was a good mix. So then this little guy is yellow, and we're gonna paint him purple as well. The yellow might have worked, but again, um, and then as I was painting them by hand, because like I said, at first I was gonna just use them as is. I do actually have purple spray paint, so um, if you're going to add snakes to your project, I would definitely recommend spray painting them. It's just so much easier, and you get a nice smooth coat on your project. And I'm just going to glue him on, and I used a little bit of the moss to help him go. And then I thought again it was recording, but I added a little bat hanging on the top there. And now comes Skelly. I think he looks great. I think the little green in his joints was perfect with the green on the coffin. And I glued his head, just his head, into that spot. So when you pick it up, it still moves, has a little movement to it. And then, of course, he needed some spider webs because, like I said, Skelly lost his top a long time ago, and all these things have been going on. So I decided to add some spider webs here. And I think I only hot glued one spot, and then I just kind of spread it around from there. I'm a little spider web challenged. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any issues with spidey webs as well. Like I was trying to get a real pull on them and they just weren't pulling quite right. It was a lot of fiddling. So please let me know if you have an issue with it too so that I don't feel so alone in the spidey web department. But I think this came out so cute. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and look forward to so many more DIYs from me. I'm going to try to post one a day to make up some lost time. I hope you love him as much as I do, and I'll see you in the next one.